Okay, now we should be up. Let's see. There we go. Receiving content. Okay. Give me just a moment, everybody. I'm going to be sending some tweets and Facebook notifications out about this. Let's see. Bless me. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see. Come on, Facebook, work. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Let's get this party started. January 3rd, 2012. Terrifying visions of the ancients swim through my mind, combined with visions of Stonehenge. I estimate 3 days before the barrier breaks down and one of them invades. For some reason, I cannot shake a sensation of deja vu. I have memories of assembling a ritual, fleeing through darkened hallways, and firing a gun at something unimaginable. I feel like some distant part of me may have died this way. Hundreds of times. Perhaps thousands. Begin journey. So let's see, I get a few birth stars that can help me out a bit. I need to find the perfect place for this. There we go. Let's get health up as well. Increase lockpick chance. We're not going to do random equipment chance. I'm not 100% certain what research does for me, but we're going to go for that one. Okay. So, the entire point of the consuming shadow is that I am trying to prevent an elder god from entering the world by collecting different clues at different points where monsters have entered the world. However, these monsters and these clues can drive me insane. So there's a lot of different ways that I can lose this game. But let's see if I can save the world, huh? Cursed Town's the best place to find what you're looking for. You might make some immediate headway if you went to Sumgate. So I've got some inventory here. I've got an injection of something to help with insanity. I've got a book of spells, which has the banishment ritual, but I need to find the 4 correct runic symbols. I have clues here, which will help me figure this out later on. Way to heal myself, and passive buffs that I can give myself. However, first, we need to head... Let's head to Kidby. We're gonna go to Sumgate. And received a text. The shadow has a definite foothold in Burborough, and it's going to make its move soon. Don't expect a warm welcome there if you let this slide. Set destination Burborough. Do I have time? Yeah, I should have plenty of time. Let's just escape from Persham, that place. I don't know the right word. It's like it's possessed. So I can also receive random texts from people that I may or may not know who they are. If I receive texts from evil people, then horrible things can happen. At least to my sanity, anyway. Hello, Hugh. Hello, Coscalope. Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the stream. I am brought to the problematic area and told that payment will be made once the problem is dealt with. I don't think the locals fully understand what kind of presence is in their town, but they showed much relief and gratitude as I made my way inside. Yeah, sorry, Cosglobe. I knew this would be a little late for you. Wish you could stick around. This was a surprise stream. Now there will be another one Wednesday, which for me will be about 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. I don't remember what time that will be for you. Right, left click to fire, and I have very limited ammo, so I just wasted one of my bullets. I need to remember... Okay, interact is up and down. Okay, good to know. Have a good one, Cosglobe. Sorry again. Now, we do have a map down below. And there's really not a huge reason not to run. Oh, we found keys. Let's see about getting into this room. Please, I don't know what I did. I just tried to write out the Yukizbati mantra and now everybody's dead. Somebody help me. Okay, so I learned a way to kill a lot of people. Mass death. Yukizbati. Okay. My business here is technically concluded, but that does not mean I am actually done here. Mostly garbage, piece of sturdy wire, got a lockpick, good. Hoping to find lots of resources and clues. As well as more monsters to kill. Good, more ammo. 2 pounds. The walls of the cave were absolutely covered in the rune commonly pronounced as Bati, each one daubed on in a chalky red paint but by what I sincerely hope were human fingers. Okay, so Bati is associated with the color red. The rune Bati. Okay, so we don't know what god that is yet. Nope, and I just got trapped in here. There we go. Snack food. Sweet, some health. Nothing over this way? Okay, then it's just time to get out. Not much in the way of proper evidence, but that's okay. At least this town should be safe, and I'll get some money as well. The people waiting for me outside seem determined not to ask questions. Upon my assurance the problem is resolved, they pay without quibble. I wonder if this is the last time I visit this. That's weird. Okay. The town is calm and peaceful, oblivious of the shadow. My heart feels pained and heavy as I am confronted by what we stand to lose if I fail in my mission. Let's visit the hospital. Actually, I've got nothing I need there. Find supplies. Let's get a rosary and then equip that shit. And, let's grab some hollow points and some armor piercers. Eldritch Oregon Trail is a good way of describing this. It kind of is. I have a specific amount of time to complete what I am trying to complete. And, if I don't, the world dies. I find myself outside a small garage that appears to still be operating. The owner, a stocky and oddly haunted fellow, explained that since the shadow fell, he saw it as his duty to make sure people get to where they need to be. He was impressed at the state of my car, considering, and has offered to boost the engine's top speed if I can spare him 2 hours and 15 pounds. Unfortunately, I don't have the money. I would love to have gotten that, though. We've got sightings of enemy minions in Stone's Mouth that need exterminating. There's some extra cash in it if you're willing. Okay. Probably not going to have a huge amount of time. Just wanted to say that I love you and I will support you to the end. I won't tell anyone where you've gone. Gain sanity. Stone's Mouth, 7 hours. Okay. Yeah, we're good there, but we're going to enter the city first. My hair stands on end and I feel a scratching at the back of my mind, all of which indicates the presence of magical energy. I can feel it invisibly flooding the town right up to the tops of the buildings. Magic bleeds through into our realm through rifts, and the concentration of it here means there must be one nearby. Fortunately, what can be opened by the same corrosive energies can be closed. Casting magic has its difficulties, but tracing it is straightforward enough. Just isolate the strands of magical energy, the appearances of otherworldly creatures, then triangulate the point they are all moving away from. A simple set of divinations leads me to an extended area of overgrown parkland that backs onto the town's largest cemetery. An ideal location for impressionable kids to come and dare each other to perform rituals they don't realize have power. Find a dimensional rift and seal it with an incantation. Got it. Yeah, we'll start heading down almost immediately. Small bottle of medicinal alcohol. Excellent. I can't easily get in there. I know I increased my lockpick chance, but I kind of want to save those still. There's the 5 pounds I need to get that car upgrade, if I can get that random chance again. Aha! The Agen rune has been inscribed on the wall here in orange, a generic prayer to a god. Not necessarily the god perverting this place, it could be intended for an associated deity. Okay, so we know that orange is a thing, and we know that Ogden is a thing, but we don't know if they're the same thing. This is important because it helps us figure out what the hell we're doing later on. Nope, and we got a key ring. Awesome. There we go. That's how I switch it. Okay. Got a key. 2 armor-piercing rounds. Awesome. Okay, so the portal is down below here. We're not going to fight everything. Well, looks like we actually kind of have to. Okay. So I need 2 specific runes. That and that. And the portal is closed. Oh, of course they released an invisible monster. Small bottle of medicinal alcohol. My recording device picked up the chanting of some kind of mantra intended to ward off evil. It was hard to make out, but the first part definitely sounds like ew. Aha, so we got the first part of the banishment ritual. Good. More money. Awesome. The town is not immediately improved any more than a flood zone would be simply because the rain had stopped, but my contribution is made. Time to move on. Now we head to Stonemouth, where monsters have been sighted. Town. As soon as I arrive, I see creatures of the shadow infesting the streets, attacking wantonly. The people are making a valiant effort to fight them off, but the struggle could go either way. I prepare to lend my effort to the resistance. There we go. Gotcha. Dusty jewelry. Pile of useless metal implements. There we go. Thankfully, my small contribution has been enough to turn the tide, and I am able to give advice on future defense. The local authorities are grateful, and when I none too discreetly mention the posted reward, seem happy to pay it promptly. The atmosphere is tense here as news has spread of the darkness infecting neighboring towns. Besides that, I cannot sense the shadow's influence. For now. Nothing there. Buy some illegal drugs. Yeah, we'll grab the exhaust muffler. Problem is that random things can be good and bad. They waste your time, but they can also be super helpful. Now, the real question is, should I go to Herschel, or to Dinhill, or Castley, or Lawbury? Should I focus on scouring the north, or head to a place that we know is going to have clues to it? I'm thinking go for clues first. I know it's here, and we can figure out the rest along the way. I think we're gonna head over that way. First, we're gonna heal. Medical supplies are depleted, which is unfortunate, but we'll take it. Yeah, Herschel and Drive. We know where your children sleep. They will be eaten first, greased, and spit roasted alive as they howl for their father. Lost sanity. I am flagged down by an unmissably fat woman beside an upturned wrecked SUV. She screams incoherently until I crouch down and notice that a small child is strapped into the back seat. And judging by the smell, fuel is leaking. The mother is clearly too large to crawl through the vehicle to her son, but I am not. However, the space I need to crawl through is absolutely strewn with broken glass and razor-sharp exposed components. Once I am satisfied, I slide in and out of the vehicle and rescue the child with comparative ease. Suitably mollified, if a little testy for what she considers the unnecessary delay, the mother rewards me with a handful of money totaling 14 pounds. Yay! Bit of a long drive. I've got reports of a sleeper cell in Twinchester. Needs cleanup sooner rather than later. There's some extra cash. Okay, sweet. Twinchester. Which is way the hell over there. So we'll head over to Castley. No, Hobble Church will be the quicker way to it. Magical energy. There is a rift here. Oh, and it is inside of a warehouse. Probably. These different locations don't mean much, I don't think, anyway. But I've always enjoyed the warehouses more. I don't know why. A body lies at my feet. The damage to the body appears to have been made post-mortem. The actual cause of death appears to have been exhaustion. This guy was a victim of pursuit predation. Oh, and there's the thing. Okay. That and Agan and Bati. And it's closed. The Red God doesn't appear to be able to physically survive in our universe. The threat it poses to us is very real, but thankfully indirect. Okay, so the Red God is not the invader. It could be the accomplice to the invader. Oh, shit. We are getting chased by ghosts now. Survivalist cache. The ghosts are not super threatening, but, oh, hey, a pentagram necklace. Have sanity lost from spellcasting? Yes, please. But we need... These ghosts are dangerous in their own right, but we've got to be careful either way. Set of keys, good, because I'm not done exploring here. I don't care about the threats. Shit. Hate those monsters. More hollow point ammo. Diary page. Good, the diary pages are actually really cool. And more standard 9mm. Okay, time to get out. Come on, go down. Go down. Okay, good. Stopped that ghost. But we are still bleeding. Do I have cash? I do. Ugh. Hopefully Hobble Church is fine because I'm gonna die if it's not. God damn it. More fucking sanity loss. Enter the town. Oh, thank God. Visit the hospital. Treat bleeding. There we go. Brief. Nope. Okay. Fought off some insanity. Yay. Return to car. You shut your mouth, Hugh. I know you're a secret fucking cultist. Yeah, Resnick. Welcome to the insanity of this game. The insanity tells you to kill yourself. Okay, if in danger, you can escape from dungeons in the pause menu. Come on. Okay, good. I am not doing good. I really should experiment and find the healing spell. Because that would be very worth it. Fuck. God damn it. Of course, it was a fake monster. Keyring, good. Help, I've been imprisoned by the cult of Yushuk. They locked me in a filthy oubliette. I can hear them cursing some enemy god, chanting you. I think they're killing people up there. Okay, so Yushug is a thing, and you is somebody's thing. I don't know if it's orange or not. We don't know which god is what, so... Fucking go down and stay down. The patient has become irrationally terrified of the color orange, to the point that absolutely no progress can be made if I am wearing any garment of that color. Change of medication. Okay, so orange is the aspect of fear. Good to know. Oh, fuck. And I'm dead. It happens. Worn down to the point that a single scuttler could finish them off 38 hours before the Ancients' invasion. Tended to favor close combat, learned a spell, but seemed to distrust magic. In the end, subject was a heavily armed scholar. Okay. Some of the files have been updated. I've collected a lot of information already. Let's see. We've got a couple of diary pages, but I'll read those later. Let's do another day. Ammo capacity +3, yes, please. Increase research and random equipment. And sanity and health. Yes. All the sanity and health. Saxley, which is right there. Hugh, I didn't know that England changed the names of their towns every time somebody died. Is that actually a thing? It's totally not, but, you know. Got sightings of enemy minions in Hurstforth. Okay. Hurstforth is over there. Okay. So first enter the town. Reports have reached me of mysterious pests rising up from the ground at numerous places. Too large to be rats, not to mention too aggressive and too organized. Hugh, how do you guys navigate if you change the location's names every time somebody dies? That's like multiple times a day that everywhere just changes names. I feel that it won't be long before these creatures grow larger and bolder, or someone gets some monstrous infection from a scratch. This has to end now, and it is I who must end it. Investigate further. The local council have already mounted a hunt for the origin of the creatures and claim to have looked everywhere and found nothing. From this I deduce that the nest is somewhere the council prefers not to talk about. It is in a slum district. Okay. Yeah, fuck you, you little fucking spiky creature. Set of keys, awesome. Page torn from a diary. I'm fairly certain I've found most of these pages already. Ooh. Yes. Yes, please. Prevents anxiety. Good. Fucking go away. There we go. Exhaust muffler, awesome. My recording device. Okay, so the rune Bati is around here. No, Bati is the banishment ritual. Got it. The Agen rune has been inscribed on the wall here in red. It could be either a marking of territory or a gesture of thanks or recognition to another god. So, red and Agen. nothing over there. In the language of the ancients, the name of Chizo is often identified with a symbol resembling a tree with a dot between the branches. Chizo is identified with the Bati rune. Okay, good to know. And nothing over there. Alright, out again and to Hersforth. Sweet, more ammo. And we're still set for Hersforth. Good, good. Remember, you're stronger than you think you are. A lesser person would be dead or raving in a padded cell by now. Excellent. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, these people are oblivious to the shadow, despite having just fought monsters in the street. Right. That's a thing. Oh, yes, lockpicking is always successful. Good, I don't need keys now. And off we go. Yeah, I forgot, Resnick, you live in the state of New York, don't you? Out of curiosity, I stop when I see a man in a tailored business suit in the road, standing exasperated beside an extremely expensive car. He tells me that he has locked something important inside the car and asks for my assistance. His awareness of the shadow and its effect seems to be somewhat limited if he isn't simply blocking it out. Specialist tools in the locksmith kit make short work of the lock, and the man is reunited with his briefcase. He pays me 24 pounds, and then, in a hushed voice, he offers me a little something extra, a syringe with some recreational narcotic. I suspect he is trying to get it off his hands for legal reasons. We'll go to Laro next. Okay. I am immediately suspicious of the geniality the people of this town display. They smile but rarely blink and invite me to some private meeting place within minutes of conversation. When pressed, the apparently unaffected people mutter disquieting stories of friends and loved ones returning from meetings with changed personalities. I hear disquieting tales of physical transformations concealed behind clothing and cosmetics. Everything points to some kind of evil consciousness, a dark, controlling presence buried somewhere out of sight, puppeting and perverting. The first people to exhibit strange behavior I have discovered were dock workers. The first known case is estimated to be a man who worked at one of the warehouses on the industrial riverfront. It did not take long to establish that something is wrong there. Workers go in that do not come out, and the nearby river is thick with the well-gnawed corpses of fish. Something is living there that should not be. Time to find a monstrous creature. Oh, I still lose the lockpicks though. Okay, that's good to know. Jesus, fucking go down. God damn. The purple god doesn't appear to be able to physically survive in our universe. Okay. The purple god is not the invading god. We'll set that to something else. And that was the big monster. Why is that room yellow? Did I leave something behind? Okay, no, I don't like the fact that that room is yellow. Why are you yellow? Aha, that's why. some ammo. Shut the fuck up, Hugh. I don't even have ammo. You can't just reload ammo you don't have. Whoever watches this later is going to be like, who the fuck are you talking to? I'm talking to chat for those who don't know. The Agan rune has been inscribed on the wall here in purple, upside down. The associated god would regard this as a grave insult. Okay, so Agan, the purple god, is not the invading god. Agan would hate purple. Okay, so Agan is definitely not that one, which means Agan must be the red one and is a possible invader. Okay. You know, Hugh, I think you would attract more people to libraries if you put a shooting range, but it would kind of, you know, defeat the purpose. Come on, come on, come on, soldier buzzer, die. There you go. Oh, fuck off. He made me start bleeding after he died. Of course he did. Oh, well, that's good. Hugh, if you're not going to a library to read something, then you're not, you're not doing it right. I'm just gonna say that. Let's heal up a bit, and then drive. Yes, I completely fucking missed that. I don't know what they said. Yeah, same, Resnick. I used to go to the library all the time to get books and sometimes to play on the computers. Enter the town. Safe town. Good. Treat bleeding. Refill med kit. Let's spend an hour and find supplies. Let's get some 9mm bullets. Shadow has a definite hold in Blessmouth. Okay. I mean, you would think so, Hugh, but people are still, like, going to... God damn it, I keep fucking going inside. Are still going to libraries all the time. Sweet, 7 pounds. Hugh, borrowing from a library is free. I would say that any cost is not slightly more than borrowing from a library. I've found myself lost in a suburb over which a considerable pall hangs. I can feel terrible things lurking in the dark corners and alleyways, waiting for an opportunity. But against all odds, I found a garage owned by an untainted man. Once convinced of my humanity, he proudly shows me a modified all-terrain vehicle in which he intends to escape the possessed town. The souped-up engine roars deafeningly. Use the exhaust muffler. He is dubious, but is swiftly fitted, and the two of us drive as far as the motorway with our vehicles in a hushed convoy. In relative safety, he returns the muffler. Before we part ways, he thanks me for my help, firstly with 19 pounds, and secondly, by making a simple fix to my own car's engine that will increase the max speed. Yes! Good, so I'm faster now. Let's see. Excuse me. Discarded wallet. Nothing there. Scratch my knee and desperately hope that nothing comes out to attack me. Oh, hi. Another victim of the shadow. They appear to have died in absolute terror. The mouth is open so wide that the jaw appears to have dislocated. Okay, so that means fear is a thing. Don't know which one it is, but fear is one of the aspects. Shit. Fucking hate this monster. It's basically a cultist that attached themselves to a fucking blade. The battle turned instantly upon the invocation of Bati Agen Shin. Some of the enemy spat up blood, some writhed in pain, some simply dropped. Their condition only had one thing in common. They all died. Okay, so that means I've got the mass death spell again. Sweet. Back through here. Pretty much with books, I tend to not read. I have to strain my eyes so much otherwise. Here we are. Another lockpick, awesome. E-ink. What is e-ink? Yeah, spells in this game are weird. You pretty much you can test a bunch of shit out and just cast spells randomly, but there's a good chance of killing yourself if you do that. Let's see. Full capacity there. Yeah, a lot of this game's mechanics is just random chance. That just seems weird, Hugh, that the fact that it's an actual physical mark, rather than, you know, electronics. Like, cool, you've just made a physical mark on my Kindle screen. I know from experience that it goes away, but it feels weird. I've wired you 9 pounds, don't ask who I am, just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, fair enough. Enter the town. This town is safe. Let's head to Almsborough. If we don't find... I'm gonna have to make detours and try to get as close to Stonehenge as I can here soon. Yeah, all these towns are calm and peaceful. So let's head down through Waterton, go to Stonesham, Bilshope, and then Stonehenge, and hope to fucking God we find everything right. Nope. Fighting in the streets in Almsborough. Really? Like, I just came from Almsborough. Okay, enter the town. There we go. Awesome. Sweet. Now I need to just get going. Waterton, gotta get there. forced to stop as I drive through a small hamlet by a barricade of people in the road. Men, women, and children standing unmoving in front of the car, hands joined. Their eyes are blank and glassy. Ooh, get out and confront them. They also don't react when I wave my hand. I try to push them out of the way, but the moment I let go of them, they run back to their previous position and resume staring. Oh, sweet. Network's down in Castleworth, and I need a message couried there within 11 hours. Do it or don't, but if you don't, the town won't be safe for long. Okay. Good. This is a place I want to be. Find the dimensional rift. Pistol whip you to death. The Yo rune has been inscribed on the wall here in purple. It could be either marking territory. So purple could be Yo. Excuse me. I apologize for the coughing. I know I have plenty of time in game, but I still feel the crunch of getting down to the wire. There's a corpse here. They are scarcely recognizable as human. Their body is little more than a mass of oozing deformity. Pain, madness, lust, disease, fear. Probably disease there. Oh, wait a minute. This way. Other victim of the shadow, boils coat their flesh. Yeah, this was definitely disease. Man, this one just keeps going. Oh, there's the rift. I need 3 runes? Do I see that right? Okay, I need Yo and Shroom. There we go. Awesome. Second part was Kuz. Good. Good. We've got 4 parts of the ritual. Or, sorry, no, we don't. We've got 2 parts of the ritual. Which is not even close to enough. Fuck off. I keep getting gravely wounded after the fact that I fight the enemy. Good thing I've got medical supplies back in the car. Okay, I need a safe town. I need Castleworth. Okay. Send those supplies, because otherwise I don't think I'm gonna make it. Ignore that. Not going to answer the random texts right now. He's agitated enough that I am forced to awkwardly remind him of the agreed payment before he can run off. Nice. Visit hospital, treat the bleeding, refill the med kit, find some supplies. Rosary, yes. Purchase a bunch of 9mm, purchase an armor piercer. Okay, let's go to Stonesome. Let's keep going what we were gonna do. Enter the town. Good, this is what I want. I have not seen a single human being since coming off the motorway. I'm surrounded by a veritable orchestra of emptiness. There are abandoned cars at every junction. I have searched a few homes and found television still on and food still laid out on dining tables, the cutlery thrown carelessly aside. The wind is the only sound, and even that howls quietly, as if afraid of waking something up. I feel like I am waiting for it all to shatter, and for the shadow to burst from every crack and manhole like a flash flood. On closer inspection, I have uncovered subtle clues towards the fate of the people. Scraps of clothing, spots of blood, claw marks where something has been dragged. All of them lead straight to the front door of the administrative building of the local hospital. Perhaps I am not too late. Perhaps I can find survivors and pull them from the brink. Perhaps if I write it down, I will start to believe it. Cult of Nyx. I hear them chanting some enemy, cursing some enemy god, chanting Bati. Okay. So Nyx is an enemy. Invader's enemy, maybe? Because Bati is a possible enemy, but Purple Yo is not an invader. Still so many questions that I really need answered, and fucking nothing's answering them. I'm getting just absolute shit for hints. The Ogden rune has been inscribed on the wall here. They're dead for sure, doesn't bode well for the rest, but I have to keep looking. Nope, not wasting my time fighting that one. Those are pains in the ass. Oh, military flashlights, sweet. It could be useful at some point, but not right now. Nothing in here. Nah, I'm good for now, Resnick. I appreciate it. Fuck off. I don't want to face you. Fuck your shield, you little shit. Let's see. In the language of the ancients, the syllable yo is usually given as a name, but has also variously been written to denote the concept of illness, infection, and deformity. Okay, wait. Okay, then this is disease. This might be fear? I feel like you're orange, but I don't know what's what. Ogden. Ogden is orange, which means you are red. And I believe Ogden, some guys died in fear, in other parts. Brainwashed. Everybody dead. Shit! Yep, gotta go. Gotta go. If you're wondering what the hell that was a giant fucking face. Company note simply reading thank you. Return to my car. The god of pain is not the god attempting to invade. I know you're reading this, scholar. Your actions will have far further reaching consequences than you could possibly imagine. Okay. Okay, the god of pain is not invading. But I don't know if Chizo is actually fear or pain. I don't remember. Shit. We gotta go to Bill's Hope. We gotta go to another town. We've got the time for it. Use the tranquilizers. I'm able to force a few pills down his throat and then jump back gradually as seizures slow and then stop. Then with quivering limbs he rolls onto all fours and vomits something horrible onto the tarmac. I still do not know if this was a human or shadow affliction. Either way, he stiffly and wordlessly hands me the contents of his wallet, 33 pounds, and stumbles off into the darkness. Okay. Following the trail of protective boards, I have located what I believe to be the home of the artist. The entrance was absolutely plastered in seals. The place was deserted and everything useful had been taken. I pray that the owner has merely found a safer home. Scraps of... I did not Resnick, but I've seen a lot of shit about that. I'm interested in seeing it, but I'll look that up later. But no, I've seen some stuff on Twitter about how Bill just, like, dropped a few F-bombs. Which, hey, fuck it, man. World keeps acting like a bunch of fucking idiots. They deserve it. This poor devil used his last moments to paint a message on the floor with his own blood. Open only the box bearing the symbol of the god of feet. Really? Really? I don't know which one is which. I think it's Ogden, but we'll find out. This might get bad here in a minute. Let's see. Oh, hey, cultist. Come on, cast your spell. Damn it. That one happened very quickly. Come on. Yes, gotcha. Fuck you. Snack food, good. Health. Health is awesome. Money is not as useful right now. Armor piercers, let's switch over to that. It's for piercing lots of enemies, but whatever. That is Bati, which I don't think is the right one. I think Bati is Chizo. No, this has to be wrong. No, this has to be wrong because Chizo is the invader. Because we know purple is not the invading god. Chizo is not purple. Chizo as well has not been identified with anything close to Ogden. That was more Nyx. Nyx is the invader's enemy, which makes me think that this guy is the invader. But I also feel like I'm jumping to some serious fucking conclusions right now. The only way for sure that we will know is if this is the right box. If this is the right box, then we're good. Important part of the banishment mantra is to incant the rune of the creature you intend to banish as the last syllable of the mantra. Note, be very certain that you have the right rune. Okay, so I still need one more fucking... Fucking hate these monsters. Okay. Because those are like... Those monsters right there are some of the only traveling monsters. Like, they actually follow you around. So that was Ogden. But I don't want to open that. Come on. Come on, cast your spell, bitch. God damn it. Come on, cast your fucking spell. God damn it. Oh. That was all for him. Okay. Nope. Nope. Gotta flee. Gotta get the hell out. I have a feeling I am missing a lot of shit in there, but I can't stay in there. I'm about to die. Okay. Let's heal. Alright. Finchill. Okay, yeah. We're gonna head to Finchill, and hopefully this will give us the last information that we need. If not, hopefully we can get whatever information we need from Stonehenge. Let's see. Alright, into somebody's house. Oh, hey, my sanity is making me disappear. There's a corpse here. They are scarcely recognizable as human. Okay, so this is disease. Let's see. The animosity is rooted in the suffering reportedly endured by a worshipper of Nyx while captured by the cult of Chizot. Chizot worshippers seem to tell the story the other way around. Nyx appears to be the enemy of Chizot. Yeah, we already figured that out. Thank you. That was a completely useless piece of information, but you know. Oh, this is the portal. What are the symbols? What are the symbols? Kinda need those. There are no symbols coming out of this fucking thing. Oh, god damn it, there's another fucking... Ah! There was another fucking seal somewhere in there. Great. Awesome. I was so close. Impaled through the chest by a buzzer's stinger 25 hours before the Ancients' invasion. Took a balanced approach to combat, but slightly favored guns, firing a total of 53 bullets. In the end, subject was a physically exhausted, crippled, burdened, curiously wealthy savior. Okay. I'm gonna read some diary pages, and then I'm gonna play some Sundered. So we will switch games in a minute. Let's see. Okay. So this is what I've collected so far. It tells a very interesting story. More than the usual hysteria on my desk this morning. C said something about the full moon. I said it wasn't going to be a full moon for days, and he shuffled absurdly back into his office, shrugging. What is it about Mondays that makes me feel so filled with contempt for everyone around me? Of the day's reports, there was the usual high proportion of reported hauntings that can all be adequately explained by cheating spouses coming home late at night. 2 of them seemed a little meatier, and there was one fairly juicy woodland disappearance, so I dispatched 3 agents to investigate. We'll spend the rest of the morning going over the reports F keeps nagging me to look at. He made a special point of printing them out and dropping them on my chair, so I can't really blow him off anymore. We're playing as Garfield? physically exhausted, curiously wealthy. That doesn't sound like Garfield. Finally read what F was so desperate for me to look at. Photographs of stone tablets, photocopied multiple times into meaningless gray blurs with handwritten translations underneath. God knows where they were dredged up from, but the gist of it seems to be a timeline of events yet to come. Ancient prophecy is a flaky area at the best of times, but I have to admit there's some spooky specifics here. What F felt was most relevant is that the timeline ends a matter of days from now. I asked him if this was going to turn into the Mayan thing all over again, but then he pointed out that the timeline doesn't merely end per se. It devolves into illustrations, and some rather disquieting ones at that. At least, he seems to think so. All I could see was a bunch of overly photocopied nonsense. What I did find unnerving was the way he kept grinning and sweating as he described it. Heard back from the two hauntings. One came up empty, the other was the classic cheating spouse scenario. Haven't heard back from Walker, who was looking into the forest disappearance. That's a little unusual. Walker's been at this long enough to know the importance of checking in. Then again, we all get complacent. I would say we were not playing as Garfield because I think this is the person that's texting us from the Ministry of the Occult. I think that's who this person was. F was waiting in my office when I got back from lunch, asking if I'd looked at the sky. For the last 2 days, it's been completely overcast and the clouds have been as dark as storm clouds, but it hasn't rained at all. He seems to think this was predicted in the tablets he showed me. There's a fairly clear reference to a darkening of the skies in the end times. It's about as standard as apocalyptic imagery gets, and personally, I'm not going to worry until it manages something a little more drastic than mediocre picnicking weather. Still, I have to admit, I definitely remember a strange feeling as I was buying lunch at the burger van by the river. There was nothing I could see. The air looked clear, but it felt thick upon my skin and in my lungs, as if it were filled with greasy dust. I could taste it trying to flood into my mouth either side of my burger. I could easily dismiss it as all in my mind, but I like to think I know my mind. Walker's wife just called, first thing. He never came home from the woodland job. He's not answering his phones. Simmons is closest. I ordered him to check Walker's last known position, but to not follow him into the forest. You have to be careful on these occasions. One mysterious disappearance can very easily become several, if it's a major situation and the backup isn't properly briefed. Incidentally, was halfway through the usual cover story when Mrs. Walker revealed that she already knew the true nature of Walker's employment. Have informed C. He's going to write one of his angry headmaster circulars. It's disappointing when you can't trust your field agents to lie to their spouses on their own initiative. The sky was darker yesterday, and darker still today. The noon daylight was more like the bluish twilight of a winter's late afternoon. I don't want to start buying into F and his doomsaying rocks, but sometimes I have these dreams where I'm the snarky skeptic at the start of the horror film who inevitably dies at the end of the first reel. Simmons found Walker, or at least part of him. DNA test confirmed it. It was at the base of a tree and had been hurled with such force that splashes of blood were also found on trees 8 feet away. Frankly, I'm now quite glad that Mrs. Walker already knows the nature of her husband's job, as it would have been very difficult explanation otherwise. I saw a full moon tonight during a brief break in the clouds on my way home from work. It made me recall my conversation with C on Monday, but as I was thinking about that, I'm prepared to swear that I saw something in the sky, momentarily silhouetted against the white circle. I saw it only for a fraction of a second, but I'm certain it was not a bird. It was too fat and possessed thin, bat-like wings. I do not know what to make of it. I am currently drinking neat whiskey so that I might fall asleep. Far too hungover for the conversation I just had with Simmons. He had a strange tale to tell. It had fallen to him to inform Mrs. Walker that whatever was left of her husband couldn't possibly still be alive. But she had insisted that she had received a call from Walker yesterday evening. Her phone's records confirmed it. Simmons, of course, told her that someone must have picked up Walker's mobile, but she simply could not be persuaded that the man she had spoken to was not her husband. She knows him best. I shared some concerns with C, but he none too subtly pointed out that new reports of strange events have been pouring into my in-tray with gathering speed, and that I cannot afford to devote so much focus to a single case. I'd only barely been aware of the increased incident rate. Maybe there's something to be said for the full moon theory. Simmons just called after hours. He went to check on Mrs. Walker this evening, but she was gone. The house was dark, properly locked up, and the car was missing. Simmons did a quick search, she'd given him a spare key for reasons I won't speculate on, and found a few essentials missing, as if she'd packed an overnight bag. She'd left her phone, though, and the record showed another call received from Walker's mobile an hour or two previously. I was about to order Simmons not to go into the forest, but bit my tongue. Knowing him, it would only put the idea in his head. Not a particularly relaxing weekend. The sky keeps getting darker each day, and when I went for a walk, I noticed that the clouds in the overcast sky are moving quite unnaturally, all in different directions, like maggots crawling over each other. I received a text from F today. He's been spending all his time locked in his office researching. The message was only 4 words. Don't turn your back. I replied, asking for clarification, but he has sent no other messages. I have resolved to stop in his office tomorrow morning for a serious note-comparing session. F is dead. I came in very early today, and I was the first to discover his body lying face down in the communal hallway that separates all the senior offices. From the angle of his body, he had been heading from his office to mine. I am well past believing in coincidence. He was coming to tell me something important. Cause of death appeared to be an attack from behind, which scarcely does it justice. The back of his head is an absolute ruin. I can't even begin to speculate on what weapon was used. The only thing I can picture that might fit the bill would be some kind of souped-up electric whisk with razor blades attached. I noticed that the cameras in the corridor were still recording and went straight to the security room. The guard on duty had already prepared the CCTV footage for viewing. It had been clumsily edited. The relevant period had been covered with footage of an empty corridor. The timestamp hadn't even been changed. The guard was insisted that the disc was unmodified, but his gaze kept darting downwards, and when I followed his eyes, I saw that his hand was bandaged. 3 of his fingers were missing joints. He gave me a look, wordlessly begging me not to persist. I noticed at this point that the room was silent, despite being right next to the security common room, from which muffled conversation would usually be drifting. I passed by the door to the common room on my way out. The glass in the door was frosted, but there was definitely at least one person in there wearing a security guard cap. They were standing, unmoving, in the middle of the room, despite the abundance of chairs. There is a strong possibility that this will be the last thing I write in this journal. After my encounter in the security room, I decided to return to the office level to discuss the matter with C. As I passed through the hall, I saw that F's body had already been taken away and that 2 cleaning ladies were dutifully attempting to scrub the soaked-in bloodstains out of the carpet. I am no expert on blood splatter pattern analysis, but a few thoughts began nagging as I crossed the room. I realized that my previous interpretation, that F had been killed while moving from his office, did not fit the pattern of the stains on the carpet. Plenty of blood had pooled where his body had laid, but that had been after the body had been at rest. There was no splattering to indicate that the attack had happened there. I am still alive. C is not. My gun is now empty and there are no more bullets. It honestly surprises me that only half an hour has passed since my last writing. C was behind his desk when I entered the room. There was immediately something off. He sat stiffly and straight backed with his hands under the desktop. There was no work in front of him, and his face was smiling faintly. I asked him if he knew what had happened to F, and he claimed not to know what I was talking about in a vague, dreamy tone of voice. I looked away only for a second to open his office door and show him the blood in the carpet. As I was doing so, I heard a strange, wet cracking sound behind me, and my subconscious mind immediately threw up F's strange text from Sunday night. Don't turn your back. Something long and scythe-like whooshed through the air, but I was already diving to one side. I took up my gun and emptied the magazine into the thing masquerading as C, which was now fully displayed, having shoved the desk aside. Its top half was still C, and the babbling nonsense coming from its mouth certainly sounded like C's voice, but its bottom half was something else entirely. I do not presently have the energy to describe it fully. Whatever it was, I killed it. When I lowered the gun, it seemed to be pacified, quivering and weeping on the floor. To be safe, I picked up C's standing lamp and pounded at the remains. I did not stop until every part of it that could conceivably contain a brain had been smashed into the carpet. and there are no other pages recovered yet. So still lots to do in this game. I think I've beaten this game once. But anyway, I'm going to take a quick 15-minute break. I will be back at 6:45, and then we will play some Sundered at that point. So, be right back, everybody. I'm going to end the stream until then.